Hello there, and welcome to Little Big Workshop. If you'd like to check out the game, there is a link in the description. I personally think this game is absolutely wonderful. It is amazingly charming, and if you are into any kind of, shall we say, economic simulation, building, kind of a little bit like, I don't know, it's kind of like a little bit of a simulator of some kind, like yeah, it's really cool. I actually really like it. It's like a tycoon game. That's what I'm looking for. That's the words. Anyway, this is one of my favorite genres. I don't get enough chances to play these kinds of games, so I thought, hey, I'm going to jump at the chance to play Little Big Workshop because apart from the charming aesthetic, because it's literally, as you can see right here, on a table. It's on a tabletop. And these little guys walking around there, I suppose, figures of some kind. And, well, you'll see exactly what's going on. So I'm going to call myself Reformia Inc. Can I do spaces? I can't do spaces? Are you serious? Okay, I'll just do Reformia then. Why not? Alright, so this game is coming out in a few days. I believe it is coming out October 17th on Steam. And I really think it is fantastic. This is where you run your own little factory and you are tasked with making all kinds of different goods and merchandise and expanding your factory as you go. And look at this, look at that. We just chucked a bunch of little guys down on the table here and they are going to be our first workers. So here you go. This is a phone, and this is one of our first little guys that will be working with us. This is a guy that basically makes a lot of cheap stuff, mass production sort of thing, and generally tends to make a lot of toys for kids and everything like that. So as you can see, just open a new shop close to your factory, and seeing as you're new here, maybe we could help each other out. Get yourself a workbench or take a look around or call again in a bit. Alright, so what I can do is I can literally skip the tutorial. And I think we're probably going to skip the tutorial because I already know what to do, kind of. I'm not very good at it, so just bear that in mind. You're probably going to be much better than I am. Anyway, this is our research and development. I'm going to look here first because we already have 1 point to spend. So I'm just going to read from this just because it's going to explain it a lot better than I do. This section is used to upgrade and improve your factory. Each upgrade may cost varying amounts of upgrade points. These are earned by delivering contracts or by completing challenges and milestones. We'll get into those a little bit later on as well. Simply point on an upgrade to read more about it. Alright, so at the moment we only have 2 available, and it is very, very much important to get billboards, although maybe not so important right away. And you're going to see exactly what billboards are. I'm actually just going to research those immediately so I can actually show you what billboards are. So this is our current factory. Now, at the moment, I currently do not have the ability to expand its borders. These are the rooms that we are going to be having for a bit of time, because research and development is the place where you want to go to unlock construction tools, and these construction tools will then allow you to build a bigger factory. So we're going to try and be extremely efficient in this particular game, because I've been playing for about 2 hours, and let me just say that it was an absolute mess. It was a real mess. Absolutely terrible of me to place down my things in a really, really bad manner. So there you go. We're placing a billboard down there, and I'm going to be placing 2 woodworking stations, one here and one here. Oh, wait a minute, that was the wrong one. Yes, good start, good start. That's a metalworking station. We want woodworking. I'm primarily going to look to make as many wood-based things as possible, because metalworking is quite expensive initially, and while it is quite necessary to do things with it, you know, with metal and things, it is going to pay off in the end to maybe decide to do something a little bit different. So we're just going to do this, and I probably want to get another assembly station here, probably about, can I put it there? I can't move it any further. Oh, that's unfortunate. Okay, so we're just gonna put it there. There you go. All right. So that is basically what we're going to do. And then we're also going to be putting another billboard, because billboards, basically what they do is you can link them. It's a process called linking, and you can link these things to your various workstations. So for example, this billboard on the right, I'm going to connect to the 2 assembly stations that we have here. and this billboard on the left I'm going to connect to the woodworking stations. And that basically allows you to monitor and indeed, well, basically pursue different orders for these things at large. So if you don't want to be doing the micromanaging and clicking on each and every one of these workstations, don't worry, you don't have to. It's pretty cool. All right, so otherwise we have decorations. That increases the people's moods, but otherwise I'm going to be making a coffee machine right here because we need a break room, don't we? We do. We certainly need a break room. That is certainly going to be a thing that we very much desire. So we're just going to be putting that there, and we're just going to order all of that. There we go. A cool 15,000 spent already. That is quite insane. So now, look at this. We have a little truck coming over here, and this is going to deliver all of our goods. Now, what we have is we have two people so far, as far as I'm aware. Oh, no, we only have... Yeah. We have Amelia Martin and Isabella Williams, and they are two... what are they again? They're like engineers, constructors. You know, there are two different types of workers, and one is... this, which is basically what we're going to be getting. And we have Elizabeth Davies here. Very good. Okay, get in there, Elizabeth. Thank you very much. And you also have haulers. Now, haulers are basically only for... oh, yeah, these are operators. So operators basically construct things for you and basically do all the building work. And they can also haul things all over the place if they want to. But the problem with them hauling things is that they are a little bit slower than actual hauler units, and hauler units are a little bit cheaper to recruit as well, but I found that operators are probably the best. Anyway, as you can see here, I have already graduated from the in-game tutorial, and now what we have to do is we have a couple of milestones here. So these milestones are going to give us a variety of different benefits once we complete them. So anyway, deliver more than 100 products and also complete at least 3 client challenges. We are going to be receiving challenges as we progress through the game. So I'm just going to be increasing the speed at which they build things, and there we go. Okay, so they're all done now. So what we're going to do here is we're going to link this, link this. There we go. So that right billboard is doing everything that we need to, and then this billboard will do everything we need to as well. So as you can see, if we mouse over them, you can see that this left billboard will take care of these woodworking stations, and then the right one will take care of the assembly stations. So that's very, very cool. Otherwise, how do you build things? How do you build things? Well, look at this. Let's go to the market. We already have a challenge here from Crazy Steve Enterprises. This is the guy that I was talking about before. So he wants us to make carved wood gnomes. This is probably the best initial thing that we can do. So look at this. You need to create all these products from scratch within the given time to receive the full reward. Make sure you plan this properly. So let's do it. Let's plan the product immediately. So you can choose, well, usually you're going to be able to choose the amount of materials that you can use or what kind of material you can use. And this will determine what kind of attributes the specific thing will have. So for example, chairs. You can make chairs be more durable or less durable. You can make them more comfortable or less comfortable, and so on and so forth. And usually what you're going to need to do is meet a certain amount of requirements before you can make anything happen with actually building it. So as you can see, I linked this particular action, which is woodworking, basically, to carve this wood gnome, and now it is ready for production. So you can see that, and we're going to be building 3 of them, so let's execute it. There we go, and that goes to the billboard over there, and then that will in turn give our workers an idea as to what to do. So in other words, once they're done, you know, well, once they have some materials and things to do, then they're actually going to be coming over here. Now what we also need to do is we need to build a zone. Yes, for those of you familiar with RimWorld, you will know exactly what I'm talking about when I say zones. You cannot build zones outside, however, so you're going to need a room dedicated to zones, and that's what I'm going to try and do here. It is not really efficient for me to do it like this, but I'm just going to do this just for the sake of showing you what's going on. So as you can see, we have already completed one of our milestones, execute a plan with a billboard linked to it, which is exactly what we've done. And otherwise, well, let's get going. Let's try and speed everything up. As you can see, we're already almost done. And this, by the way, every single challenge has a deadline of some kind. And this deadline is 50 days because literally they just want you to be able to complete it very easily. And once it is done, then we will be perfectly ready to have the delivery. There we go. Truck is en route. It's going to pick it up, and then they will haul it off into the truck, and then we will get paid. And we got paid 3,150. We gained some experience, as you can see, and we also gained some reputation and indeed relation with Crazy Steve Enterprises. And the higher relation you gain with all of your contacts, and there are 5 of them in total as far as I'm aware, you're going to get more and more jobs, more lucrative jobs, and then you're just going to continue on through the game. So you can see here that there are 5 of them. Crazy Steve Enterprises, Sweekia, which I assume is, well, you know, Bros and Biceps, Mitsurella, and Inco Inc. Inco Inc. Yeah, so they are very advanced, as you can see. They're robotics, basically. So yeah, that's kind of interesting. Otherwise, you have Fyhrr's rankings here. So here's the thing. We're gonna start all the way down at the bottom. Yeah, look at that. We're just gonna start all the way down at the bottom. And Nemesis Inc., who is your main competitor, they also are the main antagonist of the game. They will have the opportunity, and indeed they will probably do it quite often, to sabotage you. So they will sabotage a particular item in the marketplace so that that particular price crashes very, very hard. So what you need to do is you need to diversify, and you need to make sure that most of your goods that you are indeed attempting to make are not going to be affected by their sabotage. So anyway, as you can see here, these are the various pieces and indeed products that you will be able to construct with your factory. Now, the rubber duck is not a good idea. So, because you could see here, the price has literally just crashed. It might be on the way up again, but I don't really want to do that right now. The icons that are adorned with little green pluses, they basically are letting you know what is a new product, and you can see exactly what's going on with those. Otherwise, a whacker pin. A whacker pin might be pretty good for us. Maybe a simple chair. Simple chair seems pretty good because the price is going up and the demand is high. The higher the van on the graph here, the more demand you can hopefully have with it. But the problem with that is that it is very expensive to make. So you could see here, look at this. I'm going to see whether I can make it. I don't know whether we will be able to, so let's try it out. Yeah, just a regular wood seat, and we'll just link here. Okay, so, and we'll just link here as well. I don't know whether we're going to be able to do this, so it might very well be that I need to create another workbench or something, which would not be too pleasing to me, if at all possible. So, yeah, metal rod, wood rod. Can I not do a wood rod? Why can't? Yeah, I can do that. But as you can see, it is not strong enough for the target. So it is not going to be that good, unfortunately. I could do dark wood. Oh, there we go. Okay, so maybe I need to change a couple of things around. Yeah, that's pretty decent. That's pretty decent. And I think I should change this to dark wood as well. Oh, almost. Okay, so I suppose what I do need to do is I actually do need to change this. Wait a minute. What am I trying to change here? I need to change the... I don't know whether I can change that now. Match target attributes. That's exactly what we have to do, you see. But the problem is... Yeah, we're going to scrap this. We're going to scrap this plan, and we're just going to start from the beginning again so we can find out what I really need to do. Okay, so this is probably a good idea. Let's do metal rod in the first part, and then we can do the rest regularly. Is that good enough? Kind of, maybe. Maybe if I do dark wood, then it will work. Yeah, I think that's going to work pretty nicely. Yeah, so there you go. So that definitely works a lot better. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of it, to be honest, because it's going to cost us a lot to be able to do this. But it is so necessary, so we're just going to have to do it. And we'll just start assigning all of these things here. And then they will be done relatively soon. Now, the main problem, I currently do not have a workbench that can deal with metal. So we need a small forge, and the small forge is probably going to go somewhere like over here. There we go. And we're going to now order that. There we go. And once that is now ordered, then we will be able to make simple chairs. So we're just going into planning mode once again. We can link this to this over here. And then we can link this to our assembly over there. All right, so there you go. We have linked everything. And now we can decide how many we're going to make. Let's hope that we can make something good. So let's make 10 of them. Shall we? Should we make 10? Sure, why not? Let's make a wonderful, wonderful chair for everyone to sit on. It's going to be fantastic. So let's just speed everything up now. We're going to go into super fast mode, and hopefully our workers will do a good job. I'm very much hoping that they will. So, yeah. Otherwise, what you can do is you can also get plants, which will indeed help your people to feel a little bit more relaxed. As you can see, some greenery to help your workers relax. 100% plastic, even the dirt. So I can technically place that right here if I want to. I'm going to place that right there, I suppose. And let's see. I could put a palm tree. I guess we could put that. I don't really want to put that anywhere in the working rooms. So I guess I'll just put that in the corner over here, and then we'll just order that. There we go. Got to be careful not to go too much into debt either, because you will then get, well, you'll get some problems. Let's just say that. You will get some problems. So hopefully our forces will be able to do some pretty decent stuff here by constructing as much as they can. And we're already almost 30% done with the chair. What I have so far found in the game is that it is a really good idea to focus on just one thing at a time initially. If you don't do that, then you're going to diversify too much. Your workers are going to have a bit too much to do, and you're going to run out of space very, very quickly. There was one order where I had a challenge from Crazy Steve, and I also had an item that I wanted to produce for the market, because the market was actually very, very good with this particular item. It was a huge teddy bear, in actual fact, and I had huge amounts of teddy bear heads and stuffing all over the floor, and basically I couldn't move. It was very, very difficult, and it made my workers move much slower, and I basically had no space. At that point, however, I did have construction available, so I was then able to expand upon my storage rooms and things like that. So that was really quite good, but it then obviously did take up quite a lot of money being able to do that, having to do that at least. So as you can see here, we have now advanced. We are now no longer the worst factory in the world, and we are now 25th. Yes, isn't that great? Very nice indeed. But it's all right. It's all right. Okay, so far, look at this. Oh, look at this. We're actually doing quite nicely. Oh, yeah. There's one thing that we need to do. I'm going to slow down time for a second here. And what we're going to do is we're going to have a... I'm actually unsure where... Ah, there it is. Okay, it was actually hiding from the UI. So what we're going to do now is we're going to click on repair, because what you can do is you can go to the billboard and click on repair, and that is going to raise the efficiency of our work benches. And if you don't do that, then they will eventually become broken, and then they will be unavailable for a very long period of time. So it's really a good idea to get them mended as soon as possible. You can also do this by holding left control and just left clicking, and then you will have a worker go and do that almost immediately. So that's really nice too. And I believe we probably already have another challenge from someone. No, we don't. We don't have another challenge just yet. All right. But as you can see, look at this. The chairs are still going up in price. Very nice indeed. And the market will update in 44 hours, and we will be done easily by that time. So we should get a pretty sizable amount of cash from this. And the thing is do we want to make more chairs, or do we want to sell? That's the thing, because if we sell immediately, then well, we might very well avoid a crash, because it might very well crash very, very easily. So I don't know. Shall we do some more? You know what? I'm just gonna sell it. Just gonna sell them, because I'd like some cash. I'd like to make sure that I have a little bit higher than 2k, because at the moment we are just really not doing that well in regards of cash. And there you go. Nice. Now we're almost at 9,000. That's really, really cool. Okay, so Do we have any challenges? No, we don't have any challenges just yet. So here's a new chair that has entered the market. Nothing really I care about so much. And now it actually has more demand than I thought. You know what? Let's build some more chairs. Why not? Let's do it. Let's build some more chairs. So we're gonna do the same chair, I think. And we'll do, this time around, we'll do 15 chairs. And we'll do that. There we go. Let's do that. Okay, so that's going to take quite a bit of time, unfortunately. But here's the thing. If you build too many workstations, it's just going to be redundant in the end. So generally, what I'm tending to do is be a bit more on the safe side, because eventually you are going to unlock machinery. And machinery is just so much better than workstations in almost every way. At least that's what the game has told me, at the very least. I haven't personally had the experience with machinery just yet, but I can assume that it would automate many of the issues that we would otherwise have, so we wouldn't have to worry about workers actually having to station these things, and they would only need to operate the machinery, but they would probably be able to construct things much quicker. So that's pretty cool. Anyway, they work through the night, as you can quite clearly see. They are absolute monsters, these workers. They are doing a very good job indeed. And let me just show you something real quick. You can go over here and turn on this Game Boy, if you so desire. Look at that. And you can also... Wait a minute. Let me see if I can find it. Where is it now? Where is it? I am a little bit peckish, so I would like to find it, if at all possible. There it is. The chocolate. You can eat the chocolate, and then it magically comes out of the packaging once again. Look at that. How amazing. That's very nice. Okay, so distractions over with. We're going to continue producing our chairs. Alright, so thankfully the market has now updated, and it seems as though our simple chair is still perfectly fine when it comes to pricing. So my 15 chairs should be relatively good to still sell. Otherwise, the Whack-A-Pin has now crashed, which is not particularly good, but there are a couple of other Whack-A-Pins here that are not doing too badly, but their demand is going down. So if you decided to do that, then that's a bit of a problem. Otherwise, you have skateboards. But unfortunately I don't have plastic production #1 in research and development, so you're going to be able to do that. Unfortunately, I still also do not have medium or advanced production or anything like that, but we are going to eventually unlock it. And we're almost done with our chairs, 50% of the way there, and I should probably repair these as soon as possible. There we go. Alright, so now that we are almost done with our simple chair delivery, I'm going to show you something else. Now, these workers, what do you think this star means? Oh yes, they level up. Oh yeah, they can level up. And then they can specialize in other things. So for example, if I wanted to, I could unlock wood production. I could make them better at doing plastic. I could do metal production, could do assemblies, and things like that. But unfortunately, I currently do not have the research that will enable me to actually get those things. So what you'd need to do is get wood production #2, which is what this is. And then you would be able to upgrade your workers, or indeed your operators, into these specialists. And personally, I think this is really quite amazing because, as you can see right here, employee cap increases the amount of workers for hire. Expand max amount of employed workers to 100. You can actually have 100 workers working at the same time, which is actually kind of amazing. And I would love to see a factory that is that large. But of course, because we're just starting off here, this is the first few days of reforming our factory and everything. It's not not exactly amazing. I think, do we have a challenge? No, we don't have a challenge just yet. I was really hoping for a challenge right there. Really very much hoping for it. Let's have a look at the chairs. Chairs are still doing fantastically. So, yeah, sell chairs. The chairs are the best. And there we go. All right, so now we can deliver them. Fantastic. There you go. So now we have how much? 15,000 or something like that? Or 10,000? I think we got 10,000. So we spent 5,000, then we got 10,000. So we basically made double our money, which is actually quite nice. And let's have a look at the market now. So see, the market is still doing absolutely fine. So we could technically do it again if we wanted to. Is there anything else here that is actually doing really, really well? As you can see, not much. Not much is actually doing that well. This is actually doing really nicely with the exception of the demand. The price is really good, but the demand is not so good. But as you can see, the attributes that you would need to make this simple chair are so much more lenient than our chair. So that might be the reason why our current market value of our simple chair is so much better and the demand is so much higher, because this one is just so much easier to make for everyone. So I guess what we'll do is we'll just do the same thing and we'll just do another 15 chairs. Why not? I mean, it's going to take us another couple of, well, it's probably going to take us another 5 days or something like that to actually make this. But what I'm going to do with our newfound money, I'm actually going to hire one more worker. There we go. Nice. Very nice indeed. Alright, so that is going to work out quite nicely for us. And, yes, we're going to need to repair these as well. But here's the thing. The more products you deliver and the more challenges you complete, the more milestones you do, the more you're going to level up and the more you're going to be able to research. So, yeah, I think if you are indeed a fan, like I am, of Tycoon games in general, and they're just, I mean, I feel like there aren't enough good Tycoon games, and I feel like Little Big Workshop really does scratch that itch, because the last good city builder / Tycoon game that I played was, I think, Cities Skylines, and I absolutely love that game. And this, while it is on a smaller scale, it is much more to do with Tycoon things. So I think it's pretty cool to run your own little factory. Anyway, if you'd like to check it out, there is a link in the description. Otherwise, I thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.